Hi, Paul. Thank you so much for being on the show and the different questions that I've met you and you were telling me about fascinated me, and I thought maybe you could help some people out there by some of your life lessons.
Oh yes, this is true, and that's what we're attempting to accomplish here. Is some of the information that I can forward can help people with questions in their lives with so they can progress and essentially be happy. That's really the goal.
Right. Now, as we're sitting here in this beautiful sun in the marina, Del Rey in California, there's people all over the world, some of which are people I know in London who are in a time where it's a little bit colder than it is here.
Hmm.
And they may be looking at you going, well, it's easy for you. You're sitting there in Southern California sunlight, and enjoying this. So, if your lesson's different if you're here or there.
Well, see, first of all, you have to understand that I came from a very cold, frigid area also. I came from a place in Pennsylvania, very remote, very rural, say the least. You could call this, in fact, one that named the towns was Bulls Creek. That's how backward it was. And as soon as I became aware, of just my surroundings in that area, I decided that's not for me. I'm going to change that. I'm going to move to an area that's suitable, that doesn't have the negatives. Let's call them as a negative environment. But let's face it, if it's cloudy and rainy, and your environment is less than pleasant most of the year, that is a signal. And if you don't like that, if you're not happy there, you got to change that.
Absolutely.
So that's what I did. I knew that first off when I became 18. I started noticing things around me, and I was like, wait, this isn't right. This isn't right. And basically, it was about I wanted to play tennis, and it was always raining in Pennsylvania. And so just as simple as that, I was like, well, I'm going to change that. I'm going to go to an area where it's not raining, so I can play tennis. And really, the whole system and all life is about that.
I see.
Just make those changes that are apparent. And the key reason why most people don't, it's called fear.
Absolutely. That's the life stopper.
Right. That'll get you every time.
Absolutely.
That's really the key thing you have to combat. If you're and the way the system's set up is if you don't do this, the boogeyman's gonna get you.
Right.
And you buy into it. Not you. Most everyone, people buy into the boogeyman's gonna get you if you don't follow the rules.
Or if you don't do it exactly the way that it's set up, then you've tried a couple times other things and it didn't work out. So see, if you don't follow the rules, the chances are more against you than for you. And if you have a lot of stake, like you have kids or whatever, it makes the quest even more difficult and more challenging. And a lot of people are afraid to get through that fear barrier.
Right, now, first of all, you're just not going to pick up. You've already built your life. I'm recapping from 18 forward.
Right.
I was fortunate enough to get this information at a very young age and decided, well, I'm going to construct my life that way. But you're just not going to say, well, I'm just going to pick up everything and forget everything and forget my family and everything. You have to unwind that in order. It's not going to be a process that starts overnight or that's going to happen overnight. It took years to put you in a situation where you're at now. Now, if you started today of unraveling or getting the new mental attitudes you need to advance, become happier, it's going to take a while.
Yes and no. I mean, actually, it wasn't
It's 5 o'clock.
Actually, it wasn't that long ago when I wound up moving to London, and a little bit more than a couple years ago. And so it was a very new experience in so many different ways. Some are wonderful, some are not so, and some I'm still in the process of experiencing the challenges. So, at the same time, there are people who just pick up a mood like that and has made enormous changes in life, but it isn't the common. That's absolutely true. So many people are just so stuck in whatever patterns they are.
Right.
But you were telling me about some things that were also really interesting. And by the way, is it okay with you that I put this on YouTube or my website or wherever it is that
Sure.
I'm working and doing all that stuff? Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Now, it's fascinating to me because one of the things that you were talking to me about is you were talking about Earth. Something about Earth. Could you tell me a little
I
bit
call
more
it the
about
Earth experience.
the Earth experience?
And that was formulated after my years on the planet, my 50 some odd years of experiencing from birth until now, as I perceive it, not as others would like me to perceive it. It's through my experiences and everything that I've experienced to this point. And I have a whole different take on the experience where I've labeled it Earth experience just because it's nothing as they want you to believe. It's nothing like that at all.
When you say they, who do you refer to?
I call them Earthlings. I
Okay.
call them people that are afraid to grow. Or let me restate, not so much afraid, but it's not time for them to grow. They're still in the growth process.
That's what you're talking about, the new soul and old soul.
Right.
Right, of course.
And so you, as one enters this world, these people are here for a purpose. They're here to get you started. They're here to help you as you're a child. All these people are here, and they're necessary. They're very necessary. But it's up to you now to take responsibility for yourself. It's up to you now to listen to your inner self, and it's always trying to direct you. It'll always direct you on the path to take. But if you ignore that and you don't take that path, well, you're now grounding yourself. You're in that cycle now where it just seems like you're going nowhere, you're not having any fun, or you're not happy. Happiness is the key. That sounds so simple, sounds so very simplistic, but that is the key to what we're talking about, and that regulates all the information